Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and beautiful little lovelies out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delish. And that life is treating you most deliciously. So, what's the time, Mr. Wolf? So, the time is 12 midday, my delicious babies in our old England now, in my Brummy land. And it's the 4th of June 2026, and I forgot to do this yesterday. I hope that you're feeling the love. You continue to feel the love, my little honey bunnies. Now then, yeah, I hope that you're all super duper well wherever you are in the world, my little lovelies. Now then, so I've got a video, and then I've got something else I want to say. Now, I put up a little video yesterday, and then what happened was I realised that my door number was on my bins. Okay, my delicious babies. Now, as I do not know, which this is the truth, my delicious babies, as I do not know how to cut the little clip out, well, very sadly, I've flipping deleted my video. Doesn't matter, because I'm going to say something today. Okay, my delicious babies. So, there's something that's really niggling me. There we are. Okay, my delicious, it's really, really niggling me. Okay, my delicious babies. Now then, but just to advertise this one video, so this uploader, I've only advertised this one once before. I think, what one was this one now? Was this to do with could have been to do with the mirrors. Okay, my delicious babies, but please just do not quote me, but it could be. Okay, my delicious babies. Now then, this uploader now has 273,000 subscribers. Well, this uploader, with anybody not in that way. To be quite honest with you, he had less subscribers than that when I first advertised in my delicious babies account. And this one is called doesn't mean yes, Slesler. I will just spell that out for you. So it's capital S, then it's Leslor, Slesler. Okay, my delicious babies, that's the uploader. This video is nearly 57 minutes long. Okay, so that's the only video that I'm going to be advertising today, my delicious babies. And the video should read, and this was uploaded, was it 10 days ago? Okay, gosh, there's loads of pollen flying around. Oh, I feel sorry for anybody who's got a hay fever today, my delicious babies. It's flying everywhere. Mind you, it's rather windy out there, my delicious babies. It's been peeing down with rain. It's dry at the moment. I'm going to try and get my flipping washing dry, but anyway, we shall see. But yeah, my heart goes out to anybody who has those horrible allergies. Okay. The video should read, postman for a wealthy town. They are stockpiling like crazy, but won't say why. Okay, my delicious babies, so I'm just going to repeat this for you again. Postman for a wealthy town. They are stockpiling like crazy, but won't say why. Yes, my delicious babies. It's very interesting to listen to this video because he talks about, because he's explaining, well, I wouldn't say a story, is it? Because it's at some point being real. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? So he's explaining about this. He's explaining about half man, half goat. He's explaining about paintings. Anyway, there's a lot of things, agriculture, different things. Well worth, there we are, a listen to this video there, my delicious babies, okay? He does have a pleasant way, not in that way. He does have a pleasant way of explaining. He's got quite a few comments, and from what I can see, very positive. They tend to like the way that, from what I'm seeing of a few of the comments, the way that he explains things now. Okay, my delicious babies. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about now, something that's really niggling myself. Now, I said I was just going to leave it at, but now, when I mentioned on my video yesterday, my delicious babies, because it's a terrible thing that happens. Now, and bless the dear family who this involved, and, the dear lad, bless him. who passed away, Henry Nowak. Okay, Martin babies. Now, something it is, there we are, is niggling at myself. Okay. Now, for a start off, that doesn't mean no, just got an itch. Now, for a start off, Martin babies. Now, how often do we really hear to do with, and by the way, before I even say anything else, Martin babies, I am not saying anything about the dear family or the dear lad Henry, who very sadly passed. And bless his lovely dear little soul, and may he rest in peace. Okay. And of course, anybody else who very sadly has had a terrible ending. Okay, Martin babies, and bless his dear family. Okay, and friends. But how often have we heard things that go on in Southampton? Now, I'm not saying that things do not go on in Southampton, okay? Because at the end of the day, we're looking at England and there's things that go on everywhere, okay, Martin babies. But most will know Southampton, as I do, for many decades, as being, that's one of the main, isn't it? You know what I mean? And then or one's join a cruise ship or something like this now then. So that's how most will know. There we are, Southampton, or if one's to do with boats or something. Okay, Martin babies can. But it is generally classed. There we are, as a very lovely. There we are, place to live. Okay, Martin babies. Just like I could give another example, like Somerset. Okay, which they said many years ago now that Somerset was classed as the best place in England to live. Martin babies, you know what I mean. So, what is it that I'm saying? There's very little in the way of unless I'm missing something, I need to quack quack duck duck go this. You know what I mean, to see different things that have happened now. Of course, I would, but I'm just getting something across. I'm explaining something, Martin babies now. Something else I want to mention, and I feel really awful about this, but many years ago, something got my noddle. Tick, 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 you know what I mean? There's so many years ago, my flipping pen's getting bloody blue pen on me a lot lately. Sorry, Martin, babies. Well, so many years ago, you probably remember this for anybody who's so kind enough, to cross my channel. So thank you for any views, for any likes, the occasional comments, okay? I'm not here to hurt, offend, or upset anybody. I'm just explaining something that something isn't sitting correctly with myself now. So many years ago, there was, how old was she? I cannot remember, she's 15 or 16. Bless her. She was, and she was a young Polish young lass, mad, delicious babies. Now I cannot remember where she passed now. Was it in London or somewhere like this? And I feel really terrible because I cannot remember her name. So I'm so very sorry about this anyway. But she came, there we are, into my noddle for some strange reason. Well, there's always a reason why. It's just finding the reason why. Do you know what I mean? And she was Polish. Now, if you look at her, and may her dear little soul also rest in peace, bless her, and bless her dear little family, and the friends and everything. Now, if we look at dear Henry, bless, so he's Papa Bear, his father, so he's Polish, okay, and his mum, well, she's English, okay, babies, but if you look at her surname, Ross, okay, babies, well, that would be, well, from what I read on Duck Duck Quack Quack Go, could be Scottish, partly Scottish. What's the other one? Norman, France. And the other part said Yorkshire. Okay, babies. But when I look at um, dear Henry's father, you can see that he's Polish. If you look at a lot of Polish, you know what I mean, you can see, okay? But if you look at his mother, his mummy bear, she, to myself, looks like very Scottish looking. Okay, Martelish babies kind. Now, there seems to be, now, listening to this, so in some parts what I've read, they would say that dear Henry, he passed away at the scene, but then there's others who say he passed away the next day. Okay, Martelish baby. So there seems to be, I don't know. There we are. There's something. Okay, Martelish babies. Now, what it is. I just want to mention something before I leave my video, okay? Because I've got to have some lunch. Okay, Martelish babies. So I'm just going to point something out to you about something. Okay. So in England, 48%. It appears of the population, okay, only from what I've read, don't go quack quack, is 48% O positive, okay, Martelish babies, okay. Now, in Scotland, the most common blood group is O positive, which is O plus, you know, like the ad, which accounts for about 35% of the population. Okay. Other significant groups include, sorry, excuse me. A positive, which is A plus, and B positive, which is B plus. So, from what I've read, there doesn't seem to be sorry, excuse me, many other groups there. It's sort of, they're talking about, I should imagine, the majority of, you know what I mean, in Scotland. Now, in Poland, you've got, I'll read it out to you. In Poland, the distribution of blood groups among donors is approximately O. Okay, Martelish baby is 34.35%. Then comes in A, which is 37.72%. Then comes in B, which is 19.69%. And then, hold on one sec. And AB, that comes to 8.24%. RHD, I don't know if that's a hyphen or minus, positive, individuals make up 84% of the donors. Okay, Martelish baby. So anyway, I suppose if you look at like Africa, I should imagine, please do not quote me, but I should imagine that would come under I should imagine. And then if you look at like Romania, I would have said for some of them, you know, please do not quote me, would come under O. Okay, Martelish babies, just something. I cannot explain it. There's something that's not sitting correctly with myself. I really cannot put my finger on what this is. Okay, Martelish babies, but it just seemed that so many years back, there was a young lass who very sadly passed away. She could have been younger actually than 15, 16. But that was going back some years ago now. Anyway, Martelish baby, so don't know. Anyway, well, from what I've read, dear Henry's dear family, bless. My blue pen's really flipping leaking. Look at that, Martha babies, it's really leaking now. Anyway, Martha babies, I'm just going to close my book. I can always wash my hands in a minute. I'm forever flipping washing my hands, you know what I mean? Wash your hands, wash your hands. So, you know, for myself, going back to, sorry, what dear Henry's dear family have done is that they've been doing, from what I read, um, charity, you know, football and everything. I think, what was it? What did I read? Was it 45 or was it 48 grand? You know, to do the charity, you know, to keep dear Henry, you know, his memory going, bless her, okay. I don't know. I cannot explain, but my heart goes out to dear family. My heart goes out to, you know, dear Henry. My heart goes out to anybody who very sadly has gone through. Anyway, but there's something, there we are, that is making me, and this is not me at all being disrespectful in any way. I would never ever do that, you know, at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Okay? I would never ever be disrespectful to anybody's family, or, you know, to the dear, lovely little soul, bless, you know, the lovely families, you know what I mean? It's concerned. It's something is not sitting correctly with myself. I just cannot explain it. Like, and then when they said about, like, you know, this one, and it's so, if this one who, you know, was the one who did what he did, then um and you know, but wouldn't we have heard about that he's done other things before? I do not know. I don't know. Yeah, it's really hard for me to explain. There we are. What I'm trying to explain here. Okay, my delicious baby. So, you know, I don't know, and I can only hope that you know, because they want to, the dear lovely family, bless his dear lovely family, Henry's dear lovely family, that, you know, I'm hoping that nobody tries to you know, like, because they're doing charity, you know, and things like this. I can only hope that somebody else that, you know what I mean, tries not to let's just say, just involve themselves in the lovely dear family's life. That's what I'm saying, my delicious. There we are, my delicious little babies. Okay, but something is not sitting correctly with myself. I cannot put my finger on it. I just do not know what this is. But all the time I was doing it, and then I just looked at anyway, and I'm just going to leave it like that, my delicious little babies. So whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies. Sending peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings to each and every one of you. And may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families, may you all be fully protected, and how I love you so. You're super duper wonderful, super duper delish, and I love you. Okay, so you just take care of yourselves now then. I know it sounds like, but I just cannot explain. Something's on my noddle, and I went to bed with it. I woke up the early hours of the morning with it. There's something, and a little robin, beautiful little robins, bless, they're so beautiful and pretty. Well, all little birdies are, and large birdies, but the fact of the matter is, I'm going to hear something the past 3 days, you know, my left eye's been jumping, either means bad news or disappointment. It's one of those, my delicious babies. Anyway, so you just please take care of yourselves now then, but please, you know, never ever feel like I'm saying this, you know, or being disrespectful to the dear lad Henry's memory or his dear family. No, I'm not. But something, for some reason, I cannot explain it. Southampton, there's something. There we are. There is something, and I cannot explain what I'm saying properly to yourself because I'm not sure myself. Okay, that sounds like I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying it's really hard for me to explain what I'm explaining. Anyway, So very much love you. Just look after yourselves now then, and please try to take care of others. I'll put up a shorty video shortly to show you me, which is what I was showing you on that video, me spuds and me celery. Okay? Love you. Take care. Thank you. Thank you for listening and for any likes. Goodbye.